whichever
Yeah,
way
it's
it's called.
there's certain factors. As I said, the action sequences when they come, as ridiculous as they are, were a breath of fresh air. And I loved Seagal's attitude. Is was where he was perpetrating this. I'm genuinely ex-CIA. I'm genuinely a badass.
Mm,
This is how it goes down in real life. It's you can't afford to have multiple attackers and do all this wonderful choreography,
yeah,
which makes sense. So he would break with everything. He would break or shatter something to take someone out of the equation. It was over quickly. It's still so novel seeing him so lean. The man was a
yeah,
thin streak of nothing, 6 foot
yeah,
four,
yeah.
very
He was quite
tall.
well built, actually. He was,
He was well built. And to see him like that as well, and the mythology that was building, and knowing the films that were to come, as you know from our previous chats, my two personal favourites, and I think your all-time favourite, Mark for Death
yeah, for sure.
and Out for Justice, which I know you're not quite as keen on, but those two for me were the pinnacle of absolutely messing everyone up in the most fantastic ways, and with
Yeah,
that
see, for me,
nonchalance.
it was marked for death and Under Siege. I mean, I think Under Siege, as we, as we covered earlier, that's where it kind of all went wrong. But that was the absolute peak for him. I mean, it was Die Hard on a boat, and he did John McClane with martial arts really, really well. I mean,
And
again,
Andrew Davis,
there's
top-notch director. He had a
yeah,
top-class director. Having said
yeah,
that, David, I hope I'm saying it right,
yeah,
David Malmuth, he did Nighthawks, which is a cracking thriller with
mm.
Stallone and
And
Rutger Hauer.
Billy D.
Yeah,
Williams, yeah,
and Rutger Hauer. It's a crack. So he knows, he's had good directors. He's had good people around him. I just find it a shame that if you look at the way movies go, to me, if Hard to Kill had been released first, then Above the Law, we'd have had the upward grade towards
yeah.
Mark Death, Out for Justice. But we get Nico and you think, wow, what a debut, blip, and then we go up again.
Yeah,
And
see, I don't. If Hard to Kill came out first, I don't think you would have got Nico, and you certainly wouldn't have got Mark for Death. Although saying that, Hard to Kill did so big box office. That's effectively what gave us Mark for Death, and then Under Siege, and then etc. 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 Out for Justice, Under Siege, etc. 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 It was his career's an odd one, isn't it? I mean, he really was literally, in the sea of the next big things, he was the next big thing. I mean, he really was the man of the 90s. I mean, so here we go. So the first one was Above the Law, we've covered.